Question 8. So I've rewritten the system. I've actually lined up the equations so that like terms are one on top of the other. And I think what I'm going to decide to do is to take the second equation, so subtract the second equation from the first. So it's kind of like running a negative through it. So negative, negative, positive. So now I'm going to add those two together. So these will be 0. These will be 0. So we're left with negative 4x plus 2y plus 10 equals 0. And then I'm just going to write that equation probably in standard form. So negative 4x plus 2y equals negative 10. And then since all of the terms are even, maybe I'll simplify that a little bit further by making this 2x minus y equals 5. So I just divided each of the terms by negative 2. Okay, so that equation, that line, what I'm going to do is figure out where does that line intersect the circle that I was provided with here. So if I solve that equation for y, I would get y equals 2x minus 5. And then I could take this 2x minus 5 and sub it into the y for that circle. The simple equation was x squared plus y squared equals 15. I just added the 15 to both sides of the equation. So why don't I take this 2x minus 5 and sub it in for that y? All right. So that's what I would suggest doing next. I'm going to see if I can just pull this paper up a little bit to move. There we go. So continuing on, I would have x squared plus 2x minus 5 squared equals 15. So I have to multiply 2x minus 5 times itself. So that would be 4x squared minus 10x plus 25. Equals 15, and then I still have an x squared out front. So I'm going to combine like terms, try to set this equal to 0. So x squared and 4x squared is 5x squared minus 10x, and then 25 minus 15 is 10. All of these terms are divisible by 5, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. X squared minus 2x plus 2 equals 0. And I think I may have something that's factorable. Oh, no, I don't. I don't have something that's factorable. Try to pull this up. Whoops. That was a little strange. I don't think that's factorable. So I think what I would recommend doing last is why don't you go ahead and try to use maybe the quadratic formula to find the two zeros of this x. But keep in mind the solutions to the system, there are two of them. And so you're going to put your first x point here, find the y value, and then you're going to put your second x point there, and then find the y value. So good luck finishing.